Hello everyone, and this is my review for WWE NXT on April 20th, 2016, and well, there's not really much to say about this show. I mean, there were matches, and they set up matches for the next week. They're not really in storyline mode right now. No, we'll just go through the matches. Here, you had Nia Jax versus Diana Purrazzo. Nothing squash match, just kind of there showing off Nia Jax's power, everything in that aspect. So nothing special there. You had the debut of the character No Way Jose. First of all, I get the whole gimmick of No Way Jose that they're going for here. And it's kind of like a dancing, it is like a dancing party type gimmick, but seriously, that's just going to be your ring name, is No Way Jose? I already, like, I see it like, this was done at WrestleMania Access Weekend, it caught on there, okay, but this is definitely something that I don't think will really catch on all that much. It will probably catch on in NXT and then probably die off. Now, as for his match, nothing too bad here. Basically, your basic debut type style match. He got to show off what he was capable of, and went out there and put on a decent show there. And we'll give this character a chance. My first impressions, not so good, but maybe he'll grow on me over time. So we'll see. We'll definitely see over time here. As for what else was going on, they did cut some promo time in there, along with Apollo Crews talking about his match with Samoa Joe, and you also had Bayley doing a backstage interview where she was talking about the Eva Marie Asuka match for the next week, talking about both people and everything in that sense, and of course also throwing it out there is like, as long as the women's champion's involved, I'll be watching. Okay stuff there, nothing spectacular. You also had two matches set up for the obviously set up for the next week. One being the Asuka Eva Marie match, but you also had a backstage segment with William Regal and Elijah Sampson. Sampson just sitting there, straining around with the guitar and everything in that sense, and then William Regal comes up, and it was an interesting promo here because it was like, because you had Sampson going like, you don't know what I need or what I want or anything like that, and William Regal's like, yeah, you're right, but I know what they want, and he books a match with Elijah Sampson against Shinsuke Nakamura for next week. So we're going to get another Shinsuke Nakamura match here. I'm going to be interested to see how this match plays off on TV, just on the way that, just kind of the mixture of how, Shinsuke Nakamura is in his style versus Elijah Sampson's style. It'll be interesting to see where they play off of this and where they actually go with this one. Now, for the other two main matches that were made last week for this week, the American Alpha versus Enzo and Big Cass. This was a really good match. Fairly enjoyable. Two face teams going at it. Not a bad match here. As expected, American Alpha went over in this case because, they just got the tag titles. Why are you going to have them lose here? Especially since they're already playing off of Enzo and Cass being up on the main roster. They're going to have the Enzo and Cass put over American Alpha in the end. So, but all in all, I enjoyed the match. I thought it was a pretty good one. And for Apollo Crews and Samoa Joe, okay match. This was not that good of a match in my mind. I found myself rather bored in a couple of senses while watching the beginnings of this match. It picked up towards the end, and again, you kind of figured they were going to put over Samoa Joe in this case, because he is supposed to still be extremely angry after the fact of losing his match against Finn Balor. And again, with the aspects of Apollo Crews being up on the main roster. A lot of these guys are going to be putting over people down on NXT as they come up to the main roster. So overall, you really can't say much about this show other than it was okay. You have your matches there. They set up for the next week, but they're not really outside the fact that you still have a potential for Samoa Joe and Finn Balor in the future again, which it seems like that's where they're going with everything one more time. It just feels like, okay, they set up for the next week. That's all, and that's all. They're not. It's not like you're getting anything, especially this week. You're not getting anything for their long term and for their next NXT Takeover special, which is what they need to be building for. And now, granted, they still have time. I think the next NXT Takeover is in June, so obviously there's still a bit of time there, and you can build everything up in about 4 weeks. So we'll see where they go with everything. They're building week by week right now, and that is my review for WWE NXT, and I thank you guys for watching.